Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
We're going to begin with words from the band Nefesh Mountain, who will be coming out in April to celebrate my installation. The lyrics are, I want to hear somebody pray down in the valley and over yonder. I want to hear somebody
Pray. And then sing, and then pray. You'll get it. It goes like this. I want to hear somebody pray. I want to hear somebody pray. Deep in the valley and over yonder, I want to hear somebody pray. Do that again. I want to hear somebody pray. I want to hear somebody pray. Down in the valley and over yonder, I want to hear somebody pray. I want to hear somebody sing. Somebody sing. I want to hear somebody sing. Down in the valley and over yonder, I want to hear somebody sing. I want to hear somebody pray. I want to hear somebody pray. Down in the valley and over yonder, I want to hear somebody pray. Oh, la 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 la. I want to hear somebody pray. I want to hear somebody pray. Down in the valley and over yonder, I want to hear somebody pray. I want to hear somebody pray. I want to hear somebody pray. Down in the valley and over yonder, I want to hear somebody pray. Somebody pray. Somebody pray. Somebody pray.
Well, so we're going to hear somebody pray in just a moment. As we begin our service, we start Shabbat with the lighting of the Shabbat candles. Eva, where did your candles go? Do you know what happened to your candles?
Candles.
Well, can you bring your mom and your grandma up to the candles over here, the big candles?
Come on.
There you go.
And we are on pages 2 and 3 in our prayer books.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we,
by our lives, give light to all who behold us. And their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
Amen.
I've been trying to get her into the choir. She was going to do it too, but then didn't happen.
We continue noting how wonderful and really how beautiful today has been, and hopefully tomorrow and all of Shabbat will be as beautiful with Ma Yafeh Hayom, page 10.
Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Ma Yafeh Hayom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Hayom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
On page 12, we sing out joyously to God with L'chunei Ranina.
L'chunei Ranina, ya la 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 la, Narionai, ya la 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 la, Naria, la 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 la, Mitzui Shenu.
Let us sing out to God, the maker of all, sure and strong. Let all of creation from mountain to sea hear our song.
L'chunei Ranina, ya la 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 la. Let's go, Yishenu.
to hear God's voice. As we welcome Shabbat, we welcome Shabbat as a bride with Lecha Dodi, pages 20 and 21. We'll sing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9, and rise on the last verse to welcome the Sabbath bride and face the entrance.
Lecha Dodi, Lecha Talai, Alalai, 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 B'nai Shabbat, Lecha Elai, Lecha Dodi, Lecha Talai, Alalai, 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 B'nai Shabbat, Lecha Elai, Shamor v'Zachor v'Gibor Echad, Ishmi'anu el hamiuchad, Adonai echad, Ushmo echad, L'shem u'tiferet v'litila, Lecha Dodi likrat kalai, alalai, 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 B'nai Shabbat nekabelah, Lecha Dodi likrat kalai, alalai, 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 B'nai Shabbat nekabelah, Likrat Shabbat lechu v'necha, Ki mekor habracha, Me'rosh mikedem nitzucha, Sof ma'aseh b'machshavat hilah, Lecha Dodi likrat kalai, alalai, 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 B'nai Shabbat nekabelah, Lecha Dodi likrat kalai, alalai, 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 B'nai Shabbat nekabelah. Hitoreri, hitoreri, Hiva orek ubi ori, 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 shir laverim, Kevod Adonai alayim tila, Lecha Dodi likrat kalai, alalai, 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 B'nai Shabbat nekabelah. Yalalai, 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 B'nai Shabbat nekabelah. Vo'i v'shalom, ateret b'alam, gam v'simcha u'v'sola, toch emonei am segola, Vo'i halav, vo'i halav, Lecha Dodi likrat kalai, alalai, 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 B'nai Shabbat nekabelah, Lecha Dodi likrat kalai, alalai, 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 B'nai Shabbat nekabelah.
Take just a brief moment while we are greeting Shabbat to greet each other. Brief moment.
Brief moment. But meaningful.
And then be seated. Those of you online are welcome to greet each other as well.
Finding new family members.
You ready for this? Eva, should we call up your parents as well? What do you think? Are we going to do this without them? Well, Eva, since we've got you here, I think it's probably, I don't need this one too. It is probably appropriate to call up Mommy and Daddy, right?
Hi.
To say, Megan and Jesse, come on up. Do you want to be with Mommy or Daddy? Yeah?
Yeah. Hi.
Hi.
Yeah.
Well, don't go anywhere because we have a special blessing for you. I'm going to have you come stand front and center here.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Do you want to hold some stuff?
So we say, Brucha haba'a b'shem Adonai. Blessed are you who comes in the name of God. You want to go down? Do you want to sit up
You
here?
want to sit here? Let's do it.
Yuval sometimes gets to sit up there. It's a very special spot.
There we go. That's better. Sorry.
This lovely child has brought new light into your hearts and into your home. This candle celebrates the birth of your child and her emergence into light. And this candle celebrates the fire of love out of which this child was created. And it celebrates the spark of potential that she holds within her. May Eva's light shine into your hearts and your home, and may her light bring blessing and joy to the world around her. In welcoming Eva into her family and community, we bring her into multiple covenantal relationships. We first acknowledge our kinship with all people and our common heritage and destiny as one human family created in the image of God. Every color, race, and creed, we are all children of the covenant God made with Noah. The covenant says, the Torah says, and God said to Noah, this is the sign I set for the covenant between me and you and every living creature with you for all ages to come. I have set my rainbow in the clouds, and it shall serve as a sign of the covenant between me and you. We welcome this child, we welcome Eva into this universal covenant, but we also welcome her into the covenant of Abraham and Sarah, the eternal covenant between God and the Jewish people. You're just going to take a slug of that, were you? We read in Genesis that the Eternal One appeared to Avram and said to him, I am El Shaddai, walk in my ways and be wholehearted. I will establish my covenant between me and you, and your offspring to follow, as an everlasting covenant throughout the ages. From Abraham to this very day, you are being raised as a very Jewish child already. Oh, yes. We have been children of this covenant, bringing each and every one of our children into this heritage as an unbroken chain of tradition, ever mindful that the meaning of this covenant is a commitment to be holy, to be a covenant people, a light among the nations. Megan and Jesse, I'm going to invite you now to offer the blessing that brings your daughter into the covenant of the Jewish people. It is right here.
Okay. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who has made us holy with mitzvot and commanded us to bring her into the covenant of Abraham and our father, and Sarah, our mother.
And in Hebrew, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu, lahachnisa b'vritam shel Avraham Avinu v'Sarah imenu. And then we all say, Keshem shenichnesa labrit ken tekanes lechupa letorah ulma'asim tovim. Just as you, Eva, have been brought into the covenant of our people, so may you also grow into a life of Torah, a loving and fulfilling relationship, and good deeds. We celebrate these covenants with some wine, which you have already been going for. Yep. This cup is the vessel of your hope. It will shortly be filled with, I can't pour it because Yuval is insisting on. filled with new wine of a life just begun. The sweetness of its taste is the joy this child has brought. May Eva partake of this sweetness and grow to be a shining star in her family and people. That's great. You're all going to drink a little bit.
Okay, we're going to put this lid on real quick.
Ready for a Borei Pri Hagafen?
Yes.
Go for it.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam, borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Oh Lord, she's not good with those open cups. We'll see how she does. Come on, you watch mommy. Watch. Ready? And watch daddy.
Look at small sips.
And now yours and mine, she said. Hey, little bit.
See what happens.
Oh,
It's okay.
You can just also
Let's do it
she
again.
smelled
stick a finger in there, and
here, look, come here. Here.
there you go.
Good girl.
But we put that over here,
Wow.
and this down here.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
I know you want that.
Here's your candle. Here, look.
Eva, we're going to give you a special Hebrew name.
Special, yes.
A s- yeah, we're going to give you a special Hebrew name. So we say that uniqueness, being your own person, is made special in the Jewish tradition through the act of naming. In the spirit of our tradition and in the presence of this congregation and the eternal our God, we joyfully give this child her Hebrew name. Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu kayem et hayalda hazot lehaviha ulhima v'karei shma b'Yisrael Chava Miriam bat Magena v'Ishai yismacha av b'yotzet chalatzav v'tagel ima b'fri bitna zot haktana gdola tihiyeh. Are you going to be nice and big at some point? Yeah.
Can I run around?
5'10" according to Papa Bear.
5'10". Okay.
According to Papa Bear.
Before she totally loses it, why don't you share why you've chosen her Hebrew names? So Chava Miriam.
Yes. Yes, hello, little microphone. So my grandmother, her Hebrew name was Chaya, and Eva in Hebrew is basically Chava, so that worked out very beautifully that we were able to honor both her English name and my grandmother. And then Miriam, my great-grandmother, so her great-great-grandmother, her name was Megan. We don't know what her Hebrew name was, so I wanted to look for an M name, and I just think Miriam's amazing, right? And it just came together perfectly. I did have Miriam on her English name shortlist, but Eva won, so she is Chava Miriam. So that's our story.
And Kendra has
Ooh, we're gonna sing something.
And you guys, hi.
Hi.
Eva, hi. I have a song for you. I have a song for you. This is your song. Yay. Listen to this song. It goes like this. This is my wish for you. In God's garden you will grow, learning things you didn't know. Enjoy the journey as you go. It's waiting just for you. In God's garden you'll spend some time. Who knows what you might find? Pretty colors, yours and mine, just like the rainbow. Whoa, whoa, oh. You can read the book anew. What chapter are you coming to? Just take a moment or a few to understand. 'Cause in God's garden you will be everything your soul can see. Every possibility is waiting just for you. In a happier time. There you go. Hey.
I have one more piece for the two of you, Megan and Jesse, to read.
Maybe just let us read.
Or play with you, Val.
It's fine. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to read this together.
Okay, let's give it a shot.
Creator of all, with a joyous heart, I become before you to thank you for this daughter entrusted to us. I acknowledge my responsibility as a parent to guide my daughter in paths of righteousness and love, peace and understanding. In the days and years ahead, I will need strength and wisdom to nourish and sustain her, to guide and teach her, to love and protect her as she grows to adulthood. Grant me patience and understanding that I may fulfill my responsibilities as a parent. May my influence upon my daughter ever be for good, and may I always be an example for all that I hope for her.
Eva, can you come here for a second? Yeah. Come here, baby. We're going to offer you another special blessing. This one is for your whole family.
Special.
Special?
Big special.
Special. You want your candles? Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
יברכך אדוני וישמרך.
May God bless you and protect you.
יאר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונך.
May the light of God shine upon you and may God be gracious to you.
יישא אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך שלום, שלום.
May God's presence be lifted up to you and may God grant you wholeness, blessing, joy, and peace.
Amen. Amen. We're going to clap. Ready? Simin tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simin tov, simin tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simin tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simin tov. Yelanu, 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 Olecho Yisrael. Yelanu, Yelanu, Olecho Yisrael. Yelanu, Yelanu, Olecho Yisrael. Yelanu, Yelanu, Olecho Yisrael. Mazel tov.
And we have a special certificate for you. Let me show it to everybody else.
Pretty. Do you see the tree? Tree, that's
Tree,
right.
like the tree of life that was in the garden of Chava.
That's right. All right, squirmy one.
Mazel tov.
Hey, come on, honey. Let's go find Mama.
Woo! We are going to continue in just a moment with Chatzi Kaddish on page 26 as we transition from the welcoming of Shabbat and the newest member of our covenant to the core of our service.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה.
Amen.
יעמד יברח חילותי וימליך מלכותי בחייכון ויומכון ובחייך בית ישראל בגלה בגלה ובזמן קריב אמרו
Amen.
יהי שמי רבה מברך לעולם ולעולמי עולמיה יתברך יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומן ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו לעילה מן כה ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירן בעלמה ואמרו
Amen. Please rise and bow to your spirit for Baruch, page 28.
Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Baruch hu et Adonai hamevorach. Baruch Adonai hamevorach hamevorach leolam vaed. Hamevorach hamevorach leolam vaed.
On page 30, we join together. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tsevaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim.
On page 32. Ahavat olam Beit Yisrael amekaftam Torah u'mitzvot u'kim u'mishpatim otanu lemadetam Al kein Adonai Eloheinu b'shochmeinu v'komeinu נשיח ברוחך ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם עד כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו ובהם נגע יומם ולילה ואהבתך תסיר ממנו לעולמים ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Aruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam va'ed.
Please be seated. Page 36.
Ve'afta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha ve'hayu ha'devarim ha'ele asher Anochi mitzavecha Hayom al levanecha, v'shinantam levanecha, v'dibarta bam, v'shivtecha b'veitecha, u'v'lechtecha b'derech, u'v'shochbecha u'v'kumecha, u'kshartam le'ot al yadecha, v'hayu letotafot bein einecha, u'chetavtam al mezuzot beitecha, u'visharecha. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Page 41, we join together in offering this prayer of hope. Sing the song of men and women, joined in understanding and respect, the song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come. The song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more. The song of a world redeemed, the song of peace. On the facing page, we sing a song of hope for freedom and peace.
Ya la la ya la 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 ya la la ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai mi kamocha ne'edam HaKodesh Nora tehilo rozevele Nora tehilo rozevele Malechotecha ra'ovanecha Okei hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam Zelianu ve'amru Zelianu ve'amru Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed Ya la la ya la 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 ya la la ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la la ya la la ya la 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 ya la 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 V'nemar kifad Adonai et Yaakov ug'alo miad chazak mimenu Baruch atah Adonai Ga'al Yisrael.
Page 42. We ask for peace and protection through the night.
Hashivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Hashivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom. Hashivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Hashivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Oshmor teitenu Ovoenu l'chaim u'shalom me'ata ve'ad olam. Hashivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Hashivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Hashivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom v'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Baruch atah Adonai,
Haporei Sukkot Shalom, Aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. Vishamru is on page 44.
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורות הברית עולם. Sing with me. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות הברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות הברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות הברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות הברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות הברית עולם.
Please rise in body or spirit as we continue with the Amidah on page 46.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avoteinu ve'imotenu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor V'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'Konei Hakol V'Zocher Chasdei Avot V'Imahot U'Mevi Geola Livnei Bneihem Leman Shemo Be'ahava Melech Ozer Moshiach U'Magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham V'Ezrat Sarah Atah Gibor Leolam Adonai Mechaye HaKol Atah Rav Lehoshia Mashiv HaRuach U'Morid HaGashem Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed Mechaye HaKol Berachamim Rabim Somech Noflim V'Rofei Cholim U'Matir Asurim U'Mekayem Emunato Lishenei Afar Michamocha Baal Gevurot U'Midom Elach Melech Memit U'Mechayeh U'Matzmiach Yeshua V'Ne'eman Atah L'Chayot HaKol Baruch atah Adonai Mechayeh HaKol Atah Kadosh V'Shimcha Kadosh U'Kedoshim B'chol Yom Yahalelucha Selah Baruch atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh.
We continue with our private prayers. When you're finished with your prayers, you may be seated.
Page 62, at the bottom of the page, we continue with this Nefesh Mountain Oseh Shalom, which I heard was introduced last week, so join with us.
Although I also noticed that many people knew it.
Excellent.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. ועל כל ישראל, ועל כל יושבי תבל, ועל כל ישראל ויאמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. ועל כל ישראל, ועל כל יושבי תבל, ועל כל ישראל ויאמרו אמן. יה לה 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 לה, יה לה 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 לה, יה לה 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 לה. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו.
We turn to page 253 for Mishaberach, prayer for healing and wholeness. On this Shabbat, on every Shabbat, we share the names of those that we are thinking of, take the names of those others are thinking of into our hearts with the people we're thinking of as well. And as we offer the Mishaberach this evening, we share names again, hoping for that wholeness and peace. On the Shabbat, we are thinking of Jonah.
Join with us. Mishaberach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishaberach Imotenu Mekor Abraham Leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shema, the renewal of body, the renewal
and let us say, Amen.
We also take some time each week to share some blessings, moments of gratitude. Anything good happen this week? You are so excited.
Oh, okay, so is this on?
It's getting there. Okay.
You all have to hear this.
Okay, just put it up really close.
Okay, so I've only been here about a year and a half in Washington, and we bought our house, and it needed a lot of love. And my husband and I have spent the last year and a half restoring the front foresty part of our house, and we have desecrated away all the ivy and all the holly, and we have gotten rid of all of the invasive species. I love gardening. Anyways, I planted my first tree, and it was an Alaskan yellow cedar this week, and it was fantastic to know that I'm going to restore an area.
Awesome. And just in time for Tu B'Shvat.
Oh, yes. Look at that.
That was
also
totally
want you to know
intentional.
I also planted, it was more than just the Alaska yellow cedar. It was also a fine maple, which I put it in the sun so it'll turn bright red in the fall. Thank you.
Finally had some great weather for long walks. Much appreciated.
I'm really excited because John cleared out a lot of dead wood, so now I can plant my gladiolas and my more dahlias.
Let's hear it for sunshine.
This is very clearly Tacoma.
Mommy?
Yuval got what did you get?
A haircut.
You got a haircut? You did not get a haircut. You got a water plane, a seaplane.
Hi, my name is Milan, and throughout my adult life, twice, I've been a member of this temple. And on a whim yesterday, I flew up to town. Adria, Charlie, the Greenwoods, Claudia, oh my gosh, Joyce. So good to see all of you. It's the highlight of my week. We literally came on a whim yesterday. I'm leaving tomorrow morning, but I just had a little window, and I thought, I'll go to services. So I'm so happy to be here. Shabbat Shalom.
Welcome.
Okay, I'm thankful because today I had my pacer test today at school, and I was like really nervous because we were going against the boys, and I prayed that I will do good, and I got over 50, which was the maximum for girls.
Girl power.
Just a little tidbit. My daughter, who lives in Israel, gave me a whole class on artificial intelligence in terms of a couple of artists. They brought George Washington to life, and Cleopatra, and a number of other famous people in history, and showed us what they would look like now, and Julius Caesar also, and a lot of different people. So it was very interesting, you know. Very
Good learning.
interesting, yeah.
So I thank you all for being here for tonight's special occasion, but it is also Eva's second birthday, and I just feel like I kept a little human going and thriving for 2 years, and that is my blessing, and I survived.
Especially COVID years.
And COVID years, she's a COVID baby, so, and my amazing husband who swept her sleepiness out, so.
I'm extra quelling because I have both my daughters and their husbands here with the 2-year-old and my cousin and my best friend, and it's beautiful and wonderful and the door of a door.
So this week, Mira was nominated to go to a STEM camp. They could only nominate one kid from school, and she was picked to apply for a scholarship to go to a week-long sleepaway STEM camp.
Mazel tov. Wow.
Okay, we're going to take one more because we still have more service.
Real quick, this week we had our first actual read-through of the kids' perm spiel. You guys are going to be wowed. They are so excited and they cannot wait to bring you Frozen.
And if you'd like, you can see the picture of me from Frozen at my last congregation where I was dressed as Sven. I could not, however, find my hat, which the person, in addition to the reindeer antlers, also sewed on a yarmulke. As we had a little bit of chaos happening this evening with children running around and making noise and throwing things and whatnot, which is both lovely and somewhat distracting. I was reminded of our Parsha this week, which is Yitro, and the sort of environment that the commandments, the 10 commandments, would have been given in, right? So imagine you've got, according to tradition, 600,000 men of fighting age, plus women and children. So historically, probably not this, if the Exodus in Mount Sinai actually happened, but about 1.5 million people, plus all of their cattle. So, as you know, 1.5 million people plus cattle makes for a very calm and quiet and spiritual and peaceful setting. Wrong? Yeah. And yet, the Midrash says that the oxen didn't low and the birds didn't chirp, that everything was perfectly still and quiet for that revelation at Sinai. It is hard for me to imagine that not a single baby wailed. It does not add up. For anyone who knows people and animals, it doesn't add up. And so then the question becomes, how do we encounter God? How do we experience a sense of revelation of God's presence in our lives? Perhaps not quite as significant as standing at Mount Sinai and receiving the commandments, which tradition also says was so utterly overwhelming that God got out maybe the 10 commandments, or maybe just the first commandment, or maybe just the first word of the first commandment, or maybe just the first letter of the first commandment. By the way, what is the first letter of the first commandment? It's all the way up there. I don't know if you can see it with the glare of the lights, but it is Aleph. And what sound does an Aleph make? It is silent. When I teach little kids the alphabet, I always have them shout an Aleph really loudly. They love it. And that was so overwhelming, according to Jewish tradition, according to the Midrash, that the Israelites said, Moses, You gotta stop this. If this keeps going, we are going to die. Maybe it was just that overwhelming silence that was too much. There is a room, I believe, in Minnesota, the 3M laboratories, that is the quietest place in the world. And they say that people who go in there actually can only spend a short period of time before the lack of sound, and actually the sound of themselves, becomes so overwhelming that they are like desperate to escape. So it doesn't surprise me then that if everything was quiet for that instant or that period of time, and then they heard the silence of the Aleph, that it would have been too much for the Israelites. Sometimes we need a little bit of that chaos. Sometimes we need a little bit of that noise and that distraction, not so much that we can't find any sort of connection or spirituality, but just to keep us grounded in the here and now, to not let us become so otherworldly, so up in the clouds. I had a professor who I was always like, sometimes we need to bring his feet back down to the ground, because he was always like up in the clouds somewhere. That was in rabbinical school. He was a wonderful teacher, but definitely sometimes way up in the clouds. We don't exist up there. We exist down here. And the little noises, sometimes the not so little noises, keep us here so that we can experience the awe and wonder and connection of the divine without getting overwhelmed by it. So I hope and I pray for all of you that even with the various noises and mild chaos that we sometimes have in here, that you are able to also in those moments find the connection, the sense of the divine, the beauty and awe that is in this community coming together in worship and in prayer. And that we don't lose you to the way up there, but keep you here so that we can celebrate with you as well. Shabbat Shalom. Bonnie, I believe, is going to be sharing some announcements with us. Don't trip on the blocks.
Oh, yeah, no. I'm on it. Shabbat Shalom,
Parent.
everybody. First of all, on behalf of the TBE board, I would like to wish a mazel tov to the Cooley and Beresford family, and to thank you for sharing this wonderful simcha with us. So I'm here representing the board. My name's Bonnie Becker. If you want to know what is going on in the next few weeks, please make sure you've picked up the order of worship, which is outside on that big table out there if you didn't grab one on your way in, or check your email for the Shabbat Shalom. If you are not getting the Shabbat Shalom, first check your spam box and then call the office and make sure that you are on there, because that is where you're going to find all the important stuff. So I'm not going to read this because you're going to go pick this up and you can read it, but a couple of things I want to highlight. On Sunday from 2 to 3:30, we're having a continuation of the dialogue that we have been having. I think the topic is about security and what is safety and what does safety mean to you. That is a registration event, so please check your email and make sure you've registered for that.
And if you are not, because registration is closed at the moment, then you should come talk to me.
Okay. What if you just registered during the ONEG? Maybe I should come talk to you. Okay. Otherwise, a bunch of stuff coming up around Purim. So we've got, as Maddie mentioned, the kids spiel and Purim Carnival is on March 5th. And then the following day is do we call it the adult Purim spiel? although my teens do enjoy coming, is March 6th. And associated with that, of course, is Mishloach Manot, which are the Purim boxes that we are putting together as a sisterhood fundraiser. I have a very special request for you. If you have not done so yet, please log in to Happy Purim. Even if you're not planning on donating, we really need you to log in and let us know, are you going to pick yours up, or do you need gluten-free? So just know that there's a behind-the-scenes team that's working super hard on this, and the sooner they get those numbers, the easier it is for us to plan what is a very special and big, celebratory, wonderful thing that we do, initiative that we do. Thank yous. Rabbi and Cantor, there's Rabbi and there's Cantor. Just a beautiful service tonight, so thank you. Sean, I believe, did both security and greeting for the board. Jason back there in tech. Debbie for her beautiful accompaniment. And then, of course, Megan and Jesse and Eva for a wonderful oneg, and I believe Olivia and Maddie helped support that as well. If I forgot anybody, please accept my apologies, and I'm sure Rabbi will remember. And with that, Shabbat Shalom, and have a great week.
Shabbat Shalom. Yes, David Plastrick was our greeter this evening.
And I'd be remiss if I didn't announce the Rutlinger concert series concert, which is actually this month in 2 weeks. And you probably saw it in the bulletin, but Joel and I will be doing a concert of Stephen Sondheim, a tribute concert of blessed memory Stephen Sondheim, and I hope that many of you will be able to come. It's free, it's at 7 o'clock, and doors open at 6:30, and it's usually very crowded, so I hope you'll come and experience that.
We turn back to our prayer books and to page 282 and rise in body or spirit for Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה לעוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Page 287.
ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
turn to the mourner's Kaddish, we remember those who have died in recent days and weeks. My great aunt Carol Schoen died the other day and will be buried tomorrow, buried on Sunday. And then Susan Ingraham, the mother-in-law of Jacob Elstein and the grandmother of Sarah, died within recent weeks. We are also remembering those who have died at this time in years past. Brenda Bernstein, Samuel R. Bloom, Jenny Bloom, Teresa Morgenstern Brady, Celia Burnett, Jacob Solomon Cohen, Marvin Crystal, Alice Farber Matten, Louis Fine, Sam Gelman, Maureen Gilbert, William Goldfine, Rudolph Hansen, Mary Holden, Edith Jaffe, Fanny Kadish, Leon Kleiner, Mary Lacey, Harold Langford, Jackie Madlam, George Martin, Lowell Matten, Anna Meyer Siegel, Rebecca Mesher, Gerald Michelman, Ida Nathan, Morris Ostro, Adi Pukler, Frida Rome, Hal Rosengart, Nathan Ross, Morley Schreiber, Mildred Steinfeld, Ida Sussmitten, Timothy Strickerts, Emily Turiel Hart, and Oscar Weston. As we think of them, we say Zichronam Livracha, may their memories be a blessing. The Mourner's Kaddish can be found on page 294. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, Be'alma divrach hirtei v'yamlich malchutei, B'chayechon v'yomechon u'v'chayedecho Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala v'zman kari v'imru. Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam u'lamei almaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, V'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal, Shmei b'kudusha v'rechu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, Tushbechata v'nechemata, Damiran be'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min Shemaya, V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. May the one who creates peace on high bring peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved, as together we say, Amen.
Amen.
Our concluding song this evening is Adon Olam on page 321.
Adon olam Hashem malach, Haydidi, haydidi, haydi, haydi, hay, B'terem kol yitzir nivra, Haydidi, haydidi, haydi, haydi, hay, Leit nasa v'chefzo kol, Haydai, 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 Azay melech shmo nikra, Haydai, haydai, dai, Ve'acharei kichlot hakol, Levado yimlok nora, Ve'hu haya, ve'hu hove, ve'hu yeh betifarav, ve'hu echad, ve'ein sheni, le'am shelo le'achbira, be'li reishit, be'li tachlit, ve'lo haoz ve'hamisra, ay, dai, 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 Adon olam Hashem malach, Haydidi, haydidi, haydi, haydi, hay, B'terem kol yitzir nivra, Haydidi, haydidi, haydi, haydi, hay, Leit nasa v'chefzo kol, Haydai, 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 Azay melech shmo nikra, Haydai, 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 Ve'hu eli, ve'chai go'ali, ve'tzorchem li, ve'tzara, ve'hu nisi, umanos li, menat kosi beyom ekrav, beyado avtid rochi, beit ishan ve'ayira, ve'im rochi geviati, Adonai li velo ira, yai, dai, 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 Adon olam Hashem malach, haydidi, haydidi, haydi, haydi, hay, B'terem kol yitzir nivra, haydidi, haydidi, haydi, haydi, hay, Leit nasa v'chefzo kol, haydai, 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 Adai melech shmo nikra, haydai, haydai, haydai.
We turn back to page 5 for Kiddush. Would you like to come up?
We've had our younger folks up if you want to come up.
Yes. Any kids that are left.
I see lots of kids. Come if you want. Yes. You can come up. Yeah, come on. You can come up. Come up. You can come up. Even if you don't know it, you can come up.
5.
We celebrate wine and we celebrate challah, so come on over. Here we go. Here we go. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddeshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratza banu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh bereshit ki hu yom tefillah lemikra'e kodesh zecher letziat Mitzrayim kiranu v'akarta v'otanu kidashta mikol amim v'shabbat kodeshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai nekadesh hashavat lechayim, to life. Nice job. I'm going to do a blessing.
And thank you to Diane Burke and her niece Isabella for helping with challah this afternoon, and Leslie Bright for helping with challah this morning.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz v'te'avon.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, everyone. Now you can eat.